Okay, let's be real for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Job searching, it can feel like, I don't know, like you're running a marathon, right?
Yeah.
But you've got this backpack full of anxieties on top of it.
Oh, for sure.
And so today we're doing a deep dive into some expert strategies to not only survive this marathon, but to actually thrive.
I like that. Thrive.
And we're going to sprinkle in a little bit of philosophy
Okay.
because sometimes,
Sometimes you need it.
you need a little more than just the tactics
Absolutely.
to stay motivated.
Yeah, you need that mindset shift.
So this expert guide that we're looking at,
Yeah.
it's going beyond the usual, like,
Yep.
update your resume, hit the job boards, all that stuff.
It really does. It goes beyond that.
So where do we even begin?
Yeah, and what I think is so interesting about this guide is it recognizes that like mindset and mental resilience are just as important
Yeah.
as your skill set.
Especially in today's market.
Yes, exactly.
It can be so overwhelming, this whole process.
I think the first step is acknowledging that job searching is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you are allowed to feel frustrated. You're allowed to feel
Yeah.
even a bit defeated at times, you know?
Yeah.
And this source really emphasizes that, like, giving yourself permission to feel those emotions
Yeah.
is actually crucial for maintaining a healthy perspective.
That makes sense because if you just try to, like,
Right.
shove it all down and pretend like it's not
Exactly.
going to get anywhere.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
So, okay, so what are some strategies then
Sure.
for managing those
This is
ups
awesome.
and downs?
One of the most practical tips
Yeah.
that this guide suggests is setting boundaries.
Okay.
So think about, like, setting specific hours for job searching,
Oh, interesting.
just like you would for a regular workday.
Okay.
So maybe, 9 to 5, you're all in
Uh-huh.
on applications, on networking, but
Yeah.
evenings and weekends are for recharging.
Okay.
So it's kind of like,
Yeah. Creating that separation.
like work-life balance, but for your
Yeah.
job search.
Exactly.
That's a good idea because it's so easy to just, like,
Oh my God.
get sucked into constantly refreshing the job boards and
Yes.
feeling like you have to be on all the time.
All the time, and it's exhausting.
It is. It is.
So, and it's interesting because it's like when you're training for a marathon,
Right.
right? You need those rest days
Yeah.
to let your muscles recover.
Totally.
So in this case, it's like you're letting your mental muscles recover.
Okay.
You need that time.
I like that analogy.
Yeah, and just as you would celebrate, hitting a new mileage goal
Yes.
in your training, right?
Uh-huh.
You want to celebrate what this guide calls micro wins
Okay.
in your job search.
Love that. Love that.
So did you tailor your resume perfectly to a job description?
Yeah.
Did you finally finish that online course that you've been putting off?
Mm-hmm.
Those are micro wins. Celebrate those.
Give yourself a high five.
Yes.
Or 10.
All those small victories contribute to the bigger goal.
I love that because it's so easy to get, like, tunnel vision
Yeah.
on the big daunting goal of, I need a job.
Yes.
That we forget to
Celebrate those little steps.
celebrate the small steps along the way.
Yeah.
And I think those are the things that keep you motivated because otherwise you just feel like you're
Well,
spinning your wheels.
Exactly.
Okay, so now this is where I think things get interesting.
Okay, tell me.
This guide dives into
Yeah.
the power of networking
Yes.
and why it's statistically more effective
Yes.
than relying solely on job boards.
And it's not about schmoozing at events. It's
Yeah.
about like building genuine connections with people
Mm-hmm.
who can offer insights, advice, and sometimes even those unadvertised job leads
Oh, okay, I see.
that never even make it to the public.
Okay, I have to admit, the word networking,
Yeah,
it makes me cringe a little bit.
I get it.
Like, it just makes me think of awkward small talk
Yeah.
and forced conversations.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. Like, if you're building real relationships
Yes.
with people who share your interests in your
Totally.
career goals,
It's exactly
it feels a lot less icky, I guess.
Yeah.
A lot more human.
human. Exactly. Yeah. And those unadvertised jobs often represent
Yeah.
the best opportunities.
Oh,
They're often filled through word of mouth
Oh, wow.
and personal referrals.
Okay.
So your network is really, really valuable.
So then how do we actually go about building
Yeah.
those genuine connections?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Especially now because,
Right.
not everybody,
Are always feasible.
yeah, or comfortable, like, going to those big
Yeah.
networking events.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's where LinkedIn comes in.
Okay.
And that's exactly what we'll be exploring in part 2 of this deep dive.
All right. I'm already feeling, I don't know,
Good.
more motivated and a lot less intimidated.
I love
by
that.
this whole job search thing.
Yes.
So any other pearls of wisdom?
Yes. Two things, I would say.
Oh.
One, stay curious.
Okay.
Approach this job search not as a task, but as an opportunity to learn about different industries, companies, roles.
Okay.
You might be surprised at what piques your interest.
Yes, so it's like reframing it as like a learning expedition.
Yes.
Rather than like this dreaded chore.
Exactly.
I like that.
And secondly, don't neglect your mental health.
Okay.
Like taking breaks, going for walks, meditating.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't just self-indulgent activities.
Right.
They're essential
Yeah.
for maintaining your energy, your focus, your overall well-being.
It's like remembering to hydrate during the marathon.
Exactly.
So now, are you ready to dive into the world of LinkedIn?
I'm ready. Bring on the LinkedIn deep dive.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we talked about the mental game of job searching.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's time to tackle the platform that I feel like, yes,
Is kind of like the main playing field these days.
it is.
LinkedIn.
It is.
I have to admit, I've always seen it as like just an online resume.
Oh, okay.
This guide is suggesting it's so much more.
It is so much more than that.
It really is.
So spill the tea.
Okay, so this source really emphasizes that LinkedIn isn't just about
Okay.
listing your past jobs.
Mm-hmm.
It's about building your professional brand,
Yes.
showcasing your expertise,
Okay.
and, yes, connecting with people.
So it's not just about what you know.
Right.
It's also about who you know and who knows you
Exactly.
and how you present yourself online.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense, especially in today's,
Especially.
digital world.
Yeah.
But how do we make our profiles
Yes.
really shine?
That's a great question.
I feel like I've covered the basics,
Okay. Yeah.
photo, headline, experience.
Well, think of your LinkedIn profile as your personal website,
Okay.
not just a static document.
Oh, okay.
It needs to tell a story.
Engage visitors and make them want to learn more about you.
Mm.
One key strategy that this source emphasizes
Yeah.
is to craft a compelling about section.
The About section.
Yes.
Okay.
Think of it as your elevator pitch,
Okay.
a concise and engaging summary of your skills,
Uh-huh.
your experience, and your career aspirations.
Oh, so like a mini TED Talk
Yes.
about my professional journey.
Love that.
Okay.
So it's not just listing where you've worked. It's about highlighting
Mm-hmm.
your accomplishments, the impact you've made.
Okay. Okay. I like that.
And then don't forget about the skills and endorsements section.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is where you can really showcase those keywords
Oh.
that recruiters are searching for.
Okay. So it's like SEO,
It is like SEO.
but for LinkedIn.
Yes, exactly.
So the more relevant skills you list
Exactly.
and the more endorsements you have,
Yes.
the more likely you are to pop up
You will appear in those all-important searches.
when somebody's searching for those things.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay.
Think of it as optimizing your profile for the LinkedIn search engine.
Now, I've always felt a little awkward, like asking for recommendations. Is that really that important?
So think of recommendations like testimonials for your work.
Oh, okay.
They add credibility to your profile,
Huh?
and they give potential employers a glimpse into
Right.
what it's like to actually work with you.
Okay.
So this guide recommends reaching out to former colleagues,
Mm-hmm.
supervisors, or even clients
Oh, okay.
who can speak to your skills and accomplishments.
So it's better to have like a
Yeah.
recommendation from someone I've actually worked with
Absolutely.
than just me listing out my skills.
Yes, exactly, because they can give specific examples
Mhm.
of how you demonstrated those skills.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about engagement.
Okay, yes.
This guide keeps mentioning how important it is to be active on LinkedIn.
Yes, it is.
But beyond just like updating our profiles,
Okay.
what does that actually look like?
So engagement is all about
Mm-hmm.
participating in the LinkedIn ecosystem.
Good.
It's like going to a networking event,
Right.
right? You don't just stand in a corner and
Right.
expect people to come to you.
Uh-huh.
You have to strike up conversations,
Okay.
share your insights, and contribute to the overall energy.
Okay. So it's about like
Yes,
treating LinkedIn as a community,
exactly.
not just a job board.
Not just a place to post your resume
Yeah. Yeah.
and then disappear.
What are some specific ways then that we can kind of engage authentically
Yeah.
without feeling like we're just
Right. We don't want to be spammy.
spamming people?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So sharing valuable content is a great place to start.
Okay.
Think about articles, blog posts, or even just quick observations related to your industry.
Okay.
When you share insightful content, you position yourself as a thought leader.
Okay.
And you attract the attention of people who share your interests.
So it's not just about, like,
Right.
broadcasting our own accomplishments.
Yeah.
It's about sharing knowledge
Exactly.
and contributing to the broader conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah, wow.
And don't underestimate the power of commenting on other people's posts.
Oh, okay.
When you leave thoughtful comments, you're not only engaging with the author,
Yeah.
but you're also making your own profile visible
Uh-huh.
to others who are following the conversation.
It's like those side conversations that you have sometimes at a networking event
Exactly.
that often lead to, like,
The best connections.
the most interesting connections.
Exactly.
Okay, so now let's talk about networking
Okay.
within LinkedIn.
Yes.
Beyond, like, sending those standard
Right.
connection requests, what are some, like,
Yeah.
more effective strategies
Sure.
for building those genuine relationships
Yes.
that can actually lead to opportunities?
One strategy that this guide emphasizes
Yeah.
is reaching out to hiring managers directly.
Whoa, hold on.
Okay.
Reaching out to hiring managers directly?
Yes.
That sounds kind of intimidating.
I know, it can feel that way.
Wouldn't that, like, be seen as pushy or desperate?
Not necessarily. It's all about how you approach it.
Okay.
The key is to be genuine,
Hmm.
express your interest in the role and the company,
Okay.
and ask thoughtful questions
Okay.
that demonstrate your research and enthusiasm.
So it's not just, like,
Right.
bombarding them with, like,
Right, with generic messages.
yeah, generic methods.
Or pleading for a job.
Right.
It's about starting a conversation.
Okay.
And building a connection.
I see. That makes sense.
Remember, hiring managers are people too,
Okay.
and most of them
Yeah,
appreciate a personalized approach.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
What are some other ways to kind of
Like
network strategically on LinkedIn?
Another powerful tool is what's called the informational interview.
Okay, informational interview. Okay.
This involves reaching out to someone who works in a role or company you're interested in
Okay.
and asking for a brief conversation
Okay.
to learn more about their experience and insights.
Okay, but wouldn't people be, like, kind of annoyed by that?
You'd be surprised.
Okay.
Most people are actually happy
Yeah.
to share their experiences and offer advice,
Okay.
especially if you approach them with genuine curiosity
Mm-hmm.
and respect for their time.
Okay.
Remember, everyone was once in your shoes,
Right.
looking for guidance and connections.
It's about paying it forward.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Now, this guide also mentions something called surfing your network
Oh, yes.
for opportunities.
I love this.
That sounds intriguing.
It's all about proactively
Okay.
seeking out opportunities that might not be publicly advertised.
Oh, okay.
So instead of just passively scrolling through job boards,
Okay.
you're actively engaging with your connections and their activity
Uh-huh.
to uncover those hidden gems.
Okay, I'm hooked. How do we actually surf?
Okay, so one technique is to use LinkedIn's search filters
Okay.
strategically.
Uh-huh.
So you can search for keywords like hiring,
Okay.
we're hiring, open position,
Okay.
and then filter by posts
Okay.
to see what people in your network are sharing.
So it's kind of like eavesdropping on the job market chatter,
It is. It is.
but in a totally acceptable way.
Totally acceptable.
And by filtering by our connections, we're, like,
yes.
kind of like narrowing it down
Yeah.
to people who are already
In your circle.
part of our network.
Exactly.
Okay. So that increases the chances of actually
Exactly.
getting noticed.
Getting notes, getting
That's what I considered.
Yes.
Okay.
You can also follow hiring managers and recruiters
Okay.
in your target field,
Uh-huh.
and then their job-related posts will just pop up in your feed.
So it's like having a personalized
It is.
news feed for job opportunities.
It is.
Okay.
Don't forget to check company pages for updates,
Oh, yeah.
news, and potential openings. Okay. Many companies use their LinkedIn pages to announce new initiatives, share job postings,
Okay.
and even give a glimpse into their company culture.
It's like getting a behind-the-scenes look
It is.
at what it's like to work there.
Exactly.
Now, I know some people are, like, kind of hesitant
Yeah.
to join LinkedIn groups,
I get it.
but I'm sensing those might also be good places to surf
They are.
for opportunities.
Groups are like niche communities
Okay.
within LinkedIn,
Okay.
bringing together professionals who
Mhm,
share
mhm.
common interests.
Okay.
Many hiring managers actually share job postings in groups
Oh, wow.
before making them public.
Okay.
And then actively participating in discussions
Mhm.
can subtly catch their attention.
It's like attending, like, a virtual industry event,
It is.
but you don't even have to leave your desk.
You don't have to leave your house.
So now, even when we're surfing, our network,
Yes.
it's still important to, like,
Approach those connections with genuine curiosity and a willingness to build relationships.
Mhm.
Don't just view people as stepping stones
Right.
to a job offer.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Instead, focus on connecting with them as individuals, learning from their experiences, and offering value in return.
Okay, so it's about building those mutually beneficial
Yes.
relationships,
Yeah.
just like in
But
any
feel
other
in real life.
aspect of networking.
Exactly.
And I feel like those genuine connections often lead to
The most unexpected,
the most unexpected.
and rewarding opportunities.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think a key takeaway here
Okay.
is consistency is key.
Okay.
Dedicate even just 15 to 30 minutes a day
Oh.
to engage with your network, refine your profile, explore new opportunities.
It's like compound interest
It is. It is.
for your job search.
Small, consistent efforts lead to big returns down the line.
And with that empowering thought, I think we're ready to move on to part 3,
Yes.
where we'll explore
Let's do it.
those premium features
Yeah.
that can really amplify
I like that.
our LinkedIn game. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have
in this LinkedIn journey. And
Yeah.
from crafting that killer profile to
Yes.
networking like a pro. But
I'm excited for this part.
me too. Me too.
Yeah, this is where we unlock
Yes.
the secret level.
LinkedIn Premium.
Yes, LinkedIn Premium. Is it worth the hype?
Yeah.
What are those real advantages, especially for someone who's new?
Because it can be overwhelming, I think, for a lot of people.
It can.
When you first, like, you sign up for Premium.
Yes.
And you're like,
so many features.
yeah, where do I even begin?
Well, this guide actually dives into that very topic.
Okay, good.
Think of LinkedIn Premium like getting a backstage pass
Ooh, a backstage pass.
to the platform.
Okay,
You get access to a whole suite of tools and features
Yeah.
designed to give you that edge.
So what are some of those tools and features
Wow.
that we should be looking at?
One of the most valuable features for job seekers
Yeah.
is in-mail messaging.
Okay, InMail. Yeah.
This allows you to reach out to anyone on LinkedIn,
Oh, wow.
even those outside your immediate network.
Okay.
Think about it. You can directly connect
Right.
with hiring managers
Yeah.
at your dream companies,
Okay.
even if you haven't formally applied for a job yet.
That's huge.
It is huge.
Okay. But I got to be honest.
Yeah.
The idea of, like, cold messaging people,
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels a little daunting.
I know. It can feel a little daunting.
Yeah.
But this source offers some great advice
Okay.
on how to do that effectively.
Yep.
The key is to use InMail strategically
Mhm.
and thoughtfully.
Okay.
So avoid sending those like generic
Right.
copy and paste messages.
Right, right.
You want to personalize your message,
Uh-huh.
highlight what you admire about their work,
Okay.
and ask a thoughtful question that sparks a conversation.
So you're not just, like, pitching yourself.
They're not just saying, hire me.
Right.
It's about demonstrating a genuine interest
Right.
and finding that common ground,
Okay.
even if you haven't formally met.
Okay. That makes sense.
Now, what about those career insights
Oh, yeah, yeah.
that this guide keeps mentioning?
What's that all about?
So career insights is really a game changer
Okay.
for understanding where you stand in the job market.
Okay.
It provides data on how you compare
Mm-hmm.
to other applicants for specific roles,
Okay.
highlighting areas where you excel
Oh, wow.
and where you might need to strengthen your skills or experience.
So it's almost like having, like, a personal
It is.
job coach.
Yes,
Giving you, like, feedback
exactly.
and helping you tailor your approach.
It's personalized advice.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any other, like, premium features
Yes.
that can give us a competitive edge?
You can actually see everyone
Okay.
who has viewed your profile in the past 90 days.
Oh, wow.
So this can be incredibly valuable.
So we can actually see
You can see.
who's checking us out.
Yes.
It's like having a guest list
I love that.
for our LinkedIn profile.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
And if someone interesting,
Mhm.
like a recruiter or hiring manager from your target company,
Yeah.
has viewed your profile, you can reach out to them,
Yeah.
thanking them for their interest.
Okay.
And even mentioning something specific
Okay.
that caught your eye about their work.
So it's like a personalized icebreaker
Exactly.
in networking.
I love that.
Okay.
Now, what about salary insights?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I've heard about that.
Yes.
I've heard that premium can help you, like,
Yeah.
understand your worth
Yeah.
in the job market.
It provides data
Ah.
on salary ranges for roles in your industry and region.
Okay.
So it can help you determine what you should be earning,
That's so important.
It is.
To know your value.
And negotiate confidently when the time comes.
That's so important.
It is.
Yeah, you got to advocate for yourself.
You do.
Okay, so we talked about like all these different features.
Yeah.
And we talked about, earlier in the previous parts of this deep dive about LinkedIn's algorithm.
Yes.
This
That's
mysterious
the mysterious algorithm.
force that we're all trying to figure out.
Yes.
I feel like understanding how that works is key
It
to
is
maximizing
visibility and reach.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So any tips for making that algorithm work in our favor?
Okay, so think of LinkedIn's algorithm as like a giant matchmaking system, right? It's designed to connect users with content, people, and opportunities that are most relevant to their interests and goals.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So one key factor is engagement.
Okay.
The more you interact with content, connect with people, participate in discussions, the more likely the algorithm is to showcase your profile to others.
So every
comment, every share, every connection request,
all of that.
it's like sending a signal.
It's sending a signal to LinkedIn.
You're an active and engaged user.
Okay. So you're not just a lurker.
Exactly.
Got it.
And that makes you more likely to appear in those search results and recommendations.
Okay. So it's not just about having a polished profile.
It's not just about setting it and forgetting it.
Yeah. You gotta be
active.
an active participant.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, are there any specific types of engagement that the algorithm particularly loves?
Yeah.
It seems to prioritize original content.
Okay.
Especially if it sparks conversations and generates meaningful interactions.
Okay.
Think thought-provoking articles, insightful industry commentary, or even personal stories that showcase your expertise and personality.
So it's about contributing valuable insights.
Valuable insights, not casting your accomplishments.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
You want to be a thought leader, not just a job seeker.
Be a thought leader, okay.
And remember, consistency is key.
Consistency, okay.
Make it a habit to engage with your network, share valuable content, participate in discussions.
It's like tending to a garden.
Exactly.
The more you nurture it, the more it flourishes.
I love that analogy.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive on LinkedIn and the job search, any final words of wisdom?
Remember, job searching can be a challenging journey, but it's also an opportunity for growth, self-discovery, and building meaningful connections.
Okay.
So embrace the process, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of your network.
Your network is everything.
It is.
And never forget, you're more than just a profile.
Or a resume.
You are a unique individual with valuable experiences, passions, and perspectives to offer.
So go out there, connect with people, share your story, and never stop learning and growing.
Beautiful. Beautifully said.
You got this.
You do.